Hello, my name is Anna Steele and this is International Trade Focus. Now, on last week's episode, we took a look at the economic impact of the coronavirus on Ghana. We had a section of the business community share with us the impact that the coronavirus has had on their various businesses. On this week's episode, we'll be taking an expert's opinion on the impacts of the coronavirus on the world's economy and then finally narrow it down to the impacts of the coronavirus on Ghana's economy. So stick and stay. This episode promises to be educative. Now, we can't proceed without saying special thanks to the sponsors of this program. International Trade Focus is brought to you by Ghana Free Zones Authority. They say sharing good fortunes and supported by GOIL, Good Energy, ADB, Truly, Agric and more. International Trade Focus is also supported by Peduase Valley Resort. My name is Anna Steele. Don't go away.
Your business concepts and investment must be harnessed through a hassle-free and highly thoughtful process to make them globally competitive. That is precisely the mission of the Ghana Free Zones Authority. Ghana Free Zones Authority packages Ghana's enabling business and investment environment with endless benefits. Total exemption from major taxes and levies for first 10 years. Talk to us now about our business oasis created all over the country, acres of industrial enclaves for all sectors. Our beneficiaries are in vibrant business, exporting finished and processed factory inputs all over the world. And what do our clients call us? Partner. Ghana Free Zones Authority, sharing good fortunes.
Breathtaking picturesque views, the essence of tranquility recrafted. What's your desire? A romantic expedition, syndicate sessions, banquet and conferences, or a desperate weekend getaway? Just name it. It's exclusively packaged for you at Peduase Valley Resort. Every spacious rooms, ultra-modern gym facilities, games, indoors, terrace and lawn restaurants and lounges, cozy private dining, and all the swimmer's paradise. Aquaba, any day, all year round to Peduase Valley Resort. The acts of serenity skillfully served.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead with expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Are you an importer or exporter? Do you need quick financing at the best rate on the market? ADB has good news for you. Walk into any agricultural development bank location nationwide for that solution to all your trade financing needs. ADB offers you pre-financing of exports and imports, post-shipment credit facilities, bank guarantees, the issuance and acceptance of letters of credit, documentary bills for collection, outward documentary collection. Enjoy free advisory services from our well-trained, dedicated trade officers. Exporters of agricultural products are encouraged to take advantage of this great service. For further enquiries, call us on 0302 210 210. ADB, making trade finance easy. ADB, Truly Agric and more.
On our focal point segment today, a section of the business community whose trading activities revolve around China share with us how their inability to trade with the country is affecting their businesses. For the past decade or more, China has become a global trading giant, producing and exporting large volumes of goods and services to the outside markets. This has largely contributed to China becoming the world's second largest economy and leading trading nation. Perhaps what has made the outbreak of the coronavirus so devastating on economic activities in China is the fact that it has drastically reduced the free movement of people, goods and services, an important ingredient for business sustainability. According to Reuters, China's economic growth is expected to fall by 4.5% in the first quarter of 2020, down from 6% in the previous quarter, the slowest pace since the financial crisis. The coronavirus has had an adverse effect on various sectors of the world's economy. Jaguar Land Rover warned it could run out of car parts at its British factories, with Apple also warning of possible iPhone supply shortages because of the closure of its Chinese factories. Hospitality industries have been hit hard by the economic disruption from the outbreak. According to a report from the UN's International Civil Aviation Organization, global airline revenues are expected to fall between $4 to $5 billion in the first quarter of 2020 because of flight cancellations. According to the International Energy Agency, global oil demand has been hit hard by the coronavirus and the widespread shutdown of China's economy. Demand is now expected to fall by 435,000 barrels year-on-year in the first quarter of 2020, the first quarterly contraction in more than 10 years. China is one of Ghana's major trading partners. According to United Nations Comtrade database, Ghana's exports from China was $2.3 billion in 2018. Hence, there is no doubt that the coronavirus will have a major impact on trading activities in Ghana. Economists say if the coronavirus disease is not contained quickly, prices of goods can increase as there will be great demand but very little supply, a situation they say can create a ripple effect on the country's economy. Several importers, retailers and even some manufacturers who source their raw materials from China say interest on their loans are accruing, and the future seems bleak for their businesses. It has disturbed our business greatly because everything I sell here is bought from China. We are afraid to go there for any more goods. The Chinese themselves have closed their markets. This misfortune isn't against just the Chinese, but the whole world is suffering from this. There are factories owned by America and Italy in China. Almost everything found in Dubai is made in China. So this isn't just a Chinese misfortune. That aside, most of our children are also in China. I would just entreat that we all pray for mercy from God for their nation, because this doesn't affect just them, but us all.
It affects me business China.
I import my goods from China, so this will affect my business so much. Now that we are unable to go to China, these goods will be scarce and will affect us financially, because if we don't get goods to sell, we'll not be able to pay our workers. I imported goods in August and I was meant to go again in December, but I wasn't able to, and now this affliction has befallen them. I pray God delivers them so we can also go and continue our business, because that's how we feed ourselves and our family. For now, it's very difficult for us, the jewelers. Those who deal in clothes can go to Thailand, but for us, we have nowhere else to go. Most of us have taken loans from the government to trade, so now that they are afflicted, we have no idea what to do. And even after this predicament is over, who would want to go first? For now, if you run out of jewelry, there's nothing else you can do, because one bag alone is $5,000, and no one will risk $5,000 to be delivered. So we'll just sit tight and wait this out.
If not because of the virus, by now, after Christmas, we have to go. Then after some months, we go again. But because of the virus, since Christmas, we are not able to travel. So you see, goods are not coming. What we know is that if you are living in, say, Ghana here in Kaneshie, you cannot travel to Makola. So it's just like everybody, you are living at where you are and you need not to move. And you know, maybe those producers, they live in Kaneshie and they will have to travel to their factories, maybe in Sawam or Kumasi. And since they are not traveling, it means production over there is also not going on. thank God we had all. They have now trying to combat the disease with whatever medications they have over there. And then in Ghana here, as you know, Ghana third country, what do? So we just pray that our people over there are not infected and affected, so that God may keep them safe for us.
It will really affect business, because if you have the goods on the way, it's better. But if you don't have anything coming, until when, we can't even tell. We don't even know when we are going. We don't even know when it will stop. We don't know what to do, because we used to order things even when we are in Ghana. But now that we cannot order, they cannot go to their factories. They are in their homes. They can't go to their shops. So actually it is something that is very serious, and in fact we need to pray for them.
Speaking to international trade figures, the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of GRUTA, David Amwating, said the time has come for traders to regroup and come up with new strategies. He advised that alternatively, traders whose businesses involve importing from China can source their products from other countries.
Yes, the virus is having some impact on our businesses, but there is a musician who sang a song that you should use money to buy life, not the other way around. I will entreat every businessman and woman that we should exercise restraint, because you see now they have not found an antidote to the virus, and more so even those that you are going to buy from them. As I speak to you now, they've been locked up. Just about 3 days ago, my number one supplier sent me some footage. Their village farming. You get it? And virtually the streets of Gwangju that he sent it very empty. The shops are locked up, the warehouses, the factory. And yesterday I had a chit chat with her, and she told me the government will give them the green light coming the 1st of March. And that green light is not even given to the factory workers. It's really the owners. I don't know how the modalities that they are working with, but that's what she told me, that the green light will be given to the factory owners. I don't know whether the owners in that maybe then they will come and fumigate the place before the workers come. So that is my own understanding of what she told me. So let's say even if the green light is given 1st of March, then the workers will start working around 15. What are you going to do there now? As we speak to you now, God willing, or maybe God was so gracious to us about 2 years ago, I led the 21 men and women delegation to UK, and we met the Birmingham Chamber of Commerce. We exchanged contacts. A lot of our members are now doing their trade there, and last 2 weeks we met them, the High Commissioner in charge of trade. We met them, and about last week I think we issued a statement that if you want to go to UK and get some stuff to come and sell whilst we wait for the coronavirus to go down, or to find maybe the antidote to that, Greater Accra GRUTA, we have opened our office. Just come. Once you have, you see, these people, a lot of people have this notion that when you go to UK, you will find it difficult to acquire a visa. It's never true. Once your documentations are correct, once you have those documentations that they will be requiring, they will give you the visa. So you come, we will go through the documentation. If it is right, you write our letter. On top of it, you submit, you get your visa. And there's another school of thought. People think that goods coming from UK are quite expensive. I always answer that question but also asking them, what about the quality? And you should know your target group. Once you know your target group, pricing doesn't come in. Because when you went to UK, there was a guy who used to go to other places for those tissues and that stuff. Now, I can tell you, he got some tissue at UK. Now, talk about 10 top hotels in Ghana, he supplied them. You get it? So get your target group. There was a woman who bought a lot of cable, about 3 containers of cables from Inland Cables, the world's second larger producer of cables. And now those people who are winning government contracts, a lot of them are buying from this woman. So don't, my fellow traders, don't spend too much energy on pricing. Think also about quality and standard, and know your target group, and I think you can do business there.
Gideon Asari is the managing director at Adansi Travels. He shared with us the challenges that the travel and tours industry is facing in the wake of the coronavirus.
Adansi Travels is a full travel service company. We offer travel packages, especially tour packages to individuals, to corporates, to groups who want to explore Ghana and also want to explore around the world. Our popular destinations are Dubai, Singapore, Berlin, Paris. We also do UK. We do quarterly, we go to US. And we also offer special services to traders and business people. And these services include conferences and ticketing and hotel booking for those who want to go and buy stuff in China and other places of the world. And we do offer these services professionally and ensure that we get the lowest fares for these people who are traveling. The coronavirus has really affected our business, and I must admit that not only Adansi Travels, but all travel agencies and even airlines. The number one reason being that China remains one of the key players when it comes to trading destinations. So most of the traders we have that we do ticketing and hotel booking for are usually going to China. And as it stands now, the virus is very popular in China as it stands now. So most of the traders are no more going. It is also noteworthy to mention that even if they want to go, the airlines are not flying. Most of them have cut down their flights. They are no more going to the mainland China where the virus is. And so it's difficult now for most companies or travel agencies to book tickets on that route. It's like zero. So it's really affecting our business. And for us, we have a higher percentage of our business being on tour business in other destinations, so we are surviving. But then even to Singapore and other places that are closer to China, some people feel that they want to go even though they are not at risk. Well, if they find solution to the coronavirus, it will be a welcoming news, and everybody will be happy, and that's what we are praying for. But then it will take a while. Even when they find solution, when they find vaccines and all that for the virus, they will now have to manage the perception of people, and which is very difficult to manage. So currently, we are not at perception stage, we are in reality stage. People are dying every day, people are contracting the disease. So, and we don't know when that part will end. Let's assume that part even ends next month or April. The next months will now be people now reorienting their mind that China is safe for them to go. Airlines will now have to schedule their flights, and they may have to schedule it ahead of time to be able to get seats sold to travel. So I think this pandemic will really affect global sales and to affect travel a lot. And it will take a while before we come back to normal. From where I sit here as Adansi Travels, we have seen that we need to have, traders need to have alternative source of markets where they can get their stuff, because if they had to wait until China resumes, maybe they'll run out of stock, and it will cripple their business. So what we have done is personally or as agency to take in the mantle to go to other markets like Turkey, where we have arranged to get Ghanaian traders and importers to go to Turkey and meet suppliers and factory owners and be able to order their product from there. Not only Turkey, other places like UK and other US, they all have production hubs that can serve our need. So we entreat Ghanaians to look at traders, especially to look at alternative markets. And at Dancy Travels, we are here to serve you that need. We have an upcoming trip to Turkey in April, which is solely serving this purpose. And so they can get in touch and we will show them how to get it done.
The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, as part of efforts to create awareness on the coronavirus, continued to collaborate with institutions such as the Port Health Unit of the Ghana Health Service to sensitize operators and stakeholders of Ghana's ports.
We went on this sensitization just to create awareness. You see, these are public health measures. And of course, if you have a disease like coronavirus infection, now they've given it a proper name called the COVID-19, isn't it? It's simply meaning coronavirus disease 2019. Doesn't mean COVID-19, that's the proper name now they've given it. And so we know what this disease has done. It's so devastating, started in China, and all this going on, it hasn't spared China. All other countries are now involved, so many countries. The World Health Organization even sent some delegation to China recently, isn't it? So we don't have to wait for it to come into our country before we run in helter-skelter. We need to create awareness, let people know. That's the first preventive thing you can do. Give information, create awareness, let people know what this is all about so that they don't get necessarily scared. We don't want to create fear and panic. Simple, what we're doing is to provide information, to create the awareness for people to know what the disease is, how they can protect themselves, and what it entails.
Experts say the time has come for stakeholders to pay the needed attention to local manufacturers and local industries. Experts say local industries must be provided with the needed resources in order to enhance their production capacity. This, they believe, can cut down drastically the overdependence on the outside markets.